What's good, guys? Welcome to today's new episode. Now we are on our way to go train some Jiu-Jitsu, but we're not training at our local Jiu-Jitsu gym. We're going to be training with my brother. It's his birthday weekend, and we are going to celebrate by training together. We try to do it whenever we can, try to get a nice Jiu-Jitsu session in, but it's early in the morning, bro. It's like 6 a.m. right now. It's cold. I'm freaking freezing. I'm tired, but I woke up. I'm like, all right, we gotta get it in. So that's what we're gonna do today. I'm gonna take you guys along a training session. Hopefully, we could get some recording in. But train some no-gi, and let's get it. We just got finished training over here at South Valley Jiu-Jitsu. Got my bro over here. We didn't get no footage, but dude tried to freaking guillotine me 10 times. You got any technique to show or what?
Huh?
You got any technique to show?
Nah, no. So we worked on some guillotine stuff.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, maybe next time. But they got Healy over there. I always forget to pull out the camera. I don't even know if I can. That was a good pass. It was like an hour and like 30 minutes. But good work. Got some no-gi stuff in. But pretty good, man. Got it going. So I'll talk to you guys at the crib. We're gonna have my brother's birthday party today, so just a good time with the fam.
Push hard. There you go. You almost. Good thing I was ready.
Finish off!
That's why I tried to get that. I tried to time it. I was trying to get pure.
On video.
His reaction's too smooth. Hey, you got the tag suit.
Wow, thank you.
Got the tag.
Hey, Jason.
We've been watching the UFC for the last 2 hours, and the main event is just about to start. All right, guys, let's avoid some copyright infringement and talk about these UFC 310 fights. Now, this was a great card, dude. I felt like I recognized a lot of these fighters. I've been paying more attention to the up-and-coming fighters and also kind of the legends in the game. For example, we have Clay Guida going against Chase Hooper. Clay Guida, 41 years old, man. Dana White, after all the fights in the press conference, pretty much told Clay Guida and Chris Weidman to wrap it up and end their careers. We'll see. Maybe that was the last time we saw those fighters fight. But both of them, Chris Weidman and Clay Guida, legends in the sport. So Chase Hooper ended up submitting Clay Guida via armbar submission. And if you guys follow the UFC Instagram, Mikey Musumeci literally taught Chase Hooper how to apply this armbar that he did in the fight, which is insane. Very, very, technical by Mikey Musumeci's part. And it really shows that those little things that you learn, and if you apply them at the right time, can make you win a fight literally within seconds. So Chase Hooper via armbar. And he also shouted out Mikey Musumeci, which was pretty cool after the fight. Michael Chessier versus Max Griffin. I didn't actually see these fights. Michael Chessier ended up getting the win via submission. We also had Joshua Van, won by decision. This was the first fight that we saw. Chris Weidman versus Eric Anders. I felt like this fight was very close. Chris Weidman was struggling in the first round, trying to get some momentum. But in the second round, in the beginning of the second round, he was able to hit Eric Anders with some crazy shots. He definitely had the momentum and could have ended the fight. I'm trying to remember exactly what happened during the fight, but I felt like it was very close for Chris Weidman to end the fight. He did snap a guillotine towards the very end. Now I'm remembering, but Eric Anders ended up finishing the fight via TKO. There was only 9 seconds left, and I felt like the ref could have, maybe gave Chris Weidman the benefit of the doubt, and we could have went to round 3. But Eric Anders ended up getting the win, and Chris Weidman might have been Chris Weidman's last fight. They kind of did him dirty since his opponent dropped out of the fight last second on the last UFC card. So we might see Chris Weidman again, but not sure. Dana White did not agree with his decision with Brian Battle versus Randy Brown, which is interesting. This fight was very close, very technical. Brian Battle definitely put his heart out there. I believe Brian Battle won because of all those knees he had in the clinch around the cage. It wasn't the most entertaining fight, but Brian Battle has been very active this year. So hopefully we can see more of him next year in 2025. Now, I really want to talk about this fight. We got Russian Babytron Movsar Eloev versus Aljamain Sterling. And this one's controversial. A lot of people believe Aljamain Sterling was robbed during this fight, but honestly, I think this should have won fight of the night, dude. All these exchanges, it was pretty much a jiu-jitsu match. Even though these guys are mostly known for their wrestling, their takedowns, their transitions was super entertaining to watch. I believe Mozart did ended up controlling the fight more, especially during the last round. Definitely would like to see this fight again in a 5-round fight scenario, so we could actually see who is a better fighter. But honestly, I feel like this is getting underlooked just because a lot of people believe Aljo won. So let me know in the comments what you guys think about that. This was actually when we're opening gifts. Vicente Luque versus Themba Gorimbo. Themba has an interesting story. I believe The Rock has provided Themba some funds to be able to fight and give him an opportunity to fight. Vicente Luque won in the very first round via anaconda choke. So that is also crazy to see. Unfortunately, Themba went unconscious, and that's not the best scenario for him. But hopefully, we could see both fighters, fight in the future. Vicente Luque, this was a kind of like a replacement fight. He was originally supposed to fight Nick Diaz in the last card, but things got switched. Or he was actually supposed to fight Nick Diaz in this card, but things got switched around. So great submission. We also missed this fight, Dominic Reyes versus Anthony Smith. I was able to see in the press conference Dominic Reyes saying some interesting words about Anthony Smith. Maybe Anthony Smith is going through some personal issues. If you guys have seen that, he said that Anthony Smith wanted Dominic Reyes to hit him because he wants to feel something. Very interesting comment. Check that out in the post conference by Mr. Dominic Reyes. He was able to do his thing. And now the main card, we had Do Ho Choi versus Nate Landwehr. And Do Ho Choi really put on a crazy performance. He was really dominating the whole fight. He was, throwing in some grappling in there. He put this dude in a crucifix on round 3. Nate Landwehr wasn't able to move. He was just getting hit with elbows, and the referee was forced to stop the fight. Very interesting to see who Do Ho Choi fights next. He called out Bryce Mitchell, but we shall see. That's a smart move by Do Ho. Bryce Mitchell is still a ranked opponent, so that would be good for his career if he gets that fight. Now, this is the fight that I was looking forward to the most. If you guys have checked out the channel, we made a whole video on Kron Gracie and his return to the UFC. And I was pumped up for this fight, man. Personally, we had some technical issues, especially in the second round. The whole TV went off. We lost connection. Once we got put the fight back on, it was in Spanish. Tried to switch it back to English. And at the in the third round, we saw Kron Gracie pull guard, jumped on Bryce Mitchell, and went into close guard. And Bryce Mitchell was able to slam Kron. He was able to put his forearm in his face and slam Kron. And if you guys see in the video, Kron was he hit his head in the back of the canvas, and then Bryce Mitchell laid 2 elbows to close the show, and Bryce Mitchell was able to get the win. I felt like Kron Gracie could have also won the fight in the second round. He had that arm bar, very tight arm bar. He had the arm bar locked in, and Bryce Mitchell also mentioned at the end of the fight that if he stood up, that arm would have broke. So it was definitely a close fight. I feel like a lot of people are just talking about Kron Gracie getting knocked out, but Kron definitely could have won that fight, via submission. But maybe we could see Kron down the line, maybe in some of these fights, and we'll see what happens, man. Very interested in what's going to happen with Kron Gracie, but good for Bryce Mitchell. Now on to the next fight. We have Alexander Volkov versus Ciryl Gane. Dana White felt like Volkov won. Honestly, I was still trying to recover from the Kron Gracie loss. I wasn't really present when it came to this fight, but it felt like Cyril Gane broke his toes in the first round, and he just dipped right after the decision, which was pretty interesting. Joe Rogan was talking about, like, why'd you leave? He was like, I'm not happy with this performance. So I felt like it could have been a lot better if there was a unanimous winner. But let's talk about the main events. We have Shavkat Rakhmonov versus Ian Machado Gary, and I feel like Ian Gary, he shocked a lot of people, man. He was able to put Shavkat in some deep waters. He had him in some close submission attempts, rear naked chokes, but Shavkat was able to get out of those positions, staying like Ian Machado Gary's close guard. It was like a body triangle what he was doing, which is very interesting. Compared to like Chrome Gracie, just really had a close guard, but Ian Machado Gary really stuck to that body triangle, which is pretty good, using his length to be able to do that. So I felt like this fight was definitely entertaining. Shavkat did his thing. I feel like both of them on stand-up did very well, and also had some good transitions as well when it came to grappling. Now the main event, Alexandre Pantoja versus Kai Asakura. Very entertaining. These guys were super fast. As soon as the fight started, Kai Asakura had a flying knee, but Alexandre Pantoja was really able to control the fight, especially in the second round with the grappling. Once he had his back and he had a body triangle locked in, it wasn't looking good for Kai, and he ended up finishing the fight via rear naked choke. So hopefully we could see Kai Asakura in the future. I feel like he is definitely a good fighter to add to the division. And it was a title fight. This guy came from a different organization straight to the title fight, which is crazy to see. So hopefully we could see Kai Asakura and maybe some UFC events in Japan. That would be awesome as well. So thank you guys for watching today's episode. I know we had a little vlog, had a little bit of jiu-jitsu, and happy birthday to my brother out there, and also happy birthday to my little cousin AJ. Hope you guys are having a great day, and let's get it, man. Let's make this next year a great year. Anybody watching, let's make it happen. Let's do it. Thank you guys. Peace.